Hi traders, my name is Nathan Bray from ACY Securities, and I'll be your host to take you through this instructional video on how to use the Calculate Your Lots indicator. We're going to go through and explain some of the benefits of using this particular indicator, and then we'll show you how to set it up on your MT4 platform. And most importantly, we'll go in and have a look at a real life example of how to use this indicator in a live trade scenario. So let's get started and have a look at some of the benefits. So the reason a client uses the risk size calculator is lot sizing. It's an extremely important component when it comes to a trader's risk management. So being able to understand your trading style and how that can affect your lot sizing, it's one of the first things a trader does need to learn. Traders can predetermine the amount they wish to risk in conjunction with where they'd like to place their stop loss. So that's from their entry, as well as the level that they'd like to have taken profit. The key benefits are that a trader would like to calculate the tradable lots according to the different instruments that you might be looking to trade, as they can all have very, very different prices and point structures. One of the most important tools a trader can have in their arsenal is risk management. Position sizing is key to managing your risk and avoiding major blowouts in the account on a single position. Now, developing solid risk reward habits early on for a trader, it's a key skill to acquire for traders if they're looking to continue improving their trading throughout their trading journey. Keep in mind that you can use this particular indicator across all asset types. So whether you're trading an individual foreign currency pairing or looking at, for example, trading the entire stock market index, or even trading commodities, gold and oil, and even cryptocurrencies, you can use this indicator across the whole variety of asset types. How to use it? So first thing to do is you look for the ACY Calculate Your Lots indicator in the navigator. It looks like a yellow folder. It's a tab on the towards the top left of your MT4 platform. And once it's open, you just click on the indicators folder there. Then when you found it, you just pull the ACY Calculate Your Lots indicator across to the chart, and then you can click on the different inputs tab. You can decide the amount of risk amount that you want to do, both in dollars and the size of risk where your stop loss is positioned using pips. And in this case, to be really exact, we'll even use fractional pips as well as otherwise known as pipettes. So before we get into actually how to install the indicator, let's go in and look at a real life example. So since we were looking at the euro against the US dollar, let's use that one as an example. And in this case, hypothetically, let's say we're going to do a buy trade. So I've found the setup I'm looking for. I want to go in perhaps and buy the euro against the US dollar. And you'll see down in the bottom right, there is my calculator printed, all the details that I need. So the first thing I've got to do is let the calculator know some important inputs. So the way to do that, you just right click on your chart and you'll see here it says indicator list. Now you might have many indicators on your chart. So if we left click on that, you'll see in this case, we're going to click on the ACY Calculate Your Lots. So I'm going to double left click. And I just simply need to put in two inputs each time I'm looking to calculate a trade size. The first is, how much risk am I going to take? So if I wanted to risk, and this is in dollars. So if I wanted to risk $100, I would type in 100.0. It's that simple. And if I wanted to risk, say, 20 pips, then I would type in, remember it's in fractional pips. Okay, so it'd be 20 pips plus an extra 0 is the easiest way to remember it. The reason for that is if you were looking to do, say, 20.5 pips, because it's fractional, you would simply type in the 20 plus a 5 on the end to give you, so you can really make it as accurate and exact as possible. So for this particular trade, let's change that and say we only want to risk $10. So we'll go 10.0, and in this case, we only want to risk 15 pips. So I could literally type in just 15 pips and put the 0 on the end and press OK. That's simple. The amount in dollars you're looking to risk, and of course the number of pips, but in fractional pips that you're looking to put your stop loss in. So I press OK. And then I just close the indicator down by pressing close. And the calculation is done for me. So if I look down the bottom right, simple process, I can say in blue, it's telling me to the trade size that I should do to be able to risk $10 with a 15 pip stop loss is 4 micros. So that's a $4,000 trade size here. And then below that, you'll see it even tells me the exact figure to put my stop loss on for a buy order, which will obviously be below the market, and my stop loss for a sell order. If I was going short, I would put my stop loss 15 pips above the market where I get in. So keep in mind it's calculating it live. So let's do an example. So for a buy trade, I just right click, I go to trading, and I say new order, left click. Now it's telling me tradable lot size. I fill that in here. So I just type in, there it is, it's already there, but it would be 4. And then I click here to say for a buy trade, it's about 112.93. And then you see the example on the end there of the fractional pip. So we'll say 112.93, and I can click on that button there and type that in. So 112.93. And it's ready to go. So I just press buy by market. And there it is. So you can see over on, this is my buy line. So this is where I bought 4, and I can hover over that and I can see that's where I've entered. And 15 pips below as instructed, you'll see my stop loss is already there, ready to go. And we'll be looking at this stage, it's only a risk because the market was moving very quickly. So at the moment, we're only risking about $8.89. So keep in mind, this is a small trade and the market is moving. So you can then choose to, if you wanted to definitely risk a little bit more, you go up to your calculator here and it's a crosshair. So you just left click on the crosshair, you put it over where you've entered, and you can drag down and it's measuring. So we actually got in around, say, right on 15 pips there. And it could go, if you wanted to go a fraction lower for some particular reason, maybe you want to expand your trade, you can always do that. But keep in mind that in the middle there, that's now 25.9 pips. Okay, so that's where they're using those fractional pips. But at the moment, this trade is all set and ready to go. I could also go in and left click and drag into position where I want it to take profit. Okay, so it's very simple then. I can hover over this take profit line and I can say, all right, I'm going to make $15.14 if it reaches a take profit. Whereas if it reaches my stop loss, as we discussed, I'm only risking $8.89. So I could look at that as a risk reward and use those as guides. So the trade management calculator here, essential for when you're putting a trade on, and sometimes you might wait a long time for your trade to set up. But then when you want to get in, you want to get in quickly and you want to get in accurately and you don't want to be too stressed. So it's there for you to do all the quick calculations. I hope you enjoyed this. Let's quickly go back to have a look now at how to install it. How to install it, it's pretty straightforward. So you'll see here, you just open up your MT4 trading platform and you click on the top left on File, and then there's a folder down there circled in red that says Open Data Folder. So we click on that, and after opening the data folder, you just click on the MQL4 folder, then click Indicators folder, and then you just drag the downloaded file into the Indicators folder, restart your MT4 again, and you're ready to go. Well, it's been a pleasure running you through this. Please don't hesitate to contact your account manager. If you have any questions, be more than happy to assist. My name is Nathan Bray, and I look forward to speaking to you again.